What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is an early video. I just wanted to get it out there sooner to you guys, just so you can be roaring right out the gate. There's with 2 weeks left. This is a lighter week, a lot less assigned versus next week, which is fully assigned with a bunch of stuff. So I just want to make sure you're right out the gate on Monday ready to go. So let me just walk you through this week for sure, and then kind of dab a little bit into week 8, just so that you kind of are aware of what's going on. So just graded midterms, pretty good job so far. I was happy with the responses. For the most part, there was a lot of responses I felt could have been fleshed out a lot more. Remember, when anyone asks you to do a essay question or essay style question, make sure that you're answering the question of not just what happened, but why. There's a certain degree of mastery of a subject. In high school, we ask you what, or who. Who was George Washington? What was the American Civil War? When you get to college, the question changes from what and who into why. And if you can identify the answer through why the Civil War happened, what caused the Civil War, who was George Washington, would turn into why did George Washington do this, etc., etc. So focus on that. Anytime you can sprinkle in dates and events is always important to back up your thesis. I didn't see a whole lot of that in some of them, so just keep that in mind. When we do the final exam, it'll be the same format, just a lot more expectations as far as how much you write. So there you go. I can post more videos on that too if you're interested, if you want to have any questions on that as well. But anyway, Week 7 is Civil War Part 1 and 2. It's Part 1 and 2 because this is from a 16-week course. But Carnes Chapter 13, Carnes Chapter 13 and 14. Glance over those. You've got Zinn and Schweikart. Zinn Chapter 10 and Schweikart Chapter 9. Again, getting two political ideologies looking at the same event is interesting. Whether you agree with either or none of these historians, it's kind of cool to kind of look and see what both of them are sort of presenting. So this video this week, I had a Ken Burns section for you. Unfortunately, we had to copyright rule violations. I don't have that video anymore. However, I do have a section from America, the Story of Us. It's kind of told through layman terms. You're going to have they're asking basically not as many historians, more like celebrities and politicians. So it's not as good, to be honest with you. But the production value is pretty good, so it'll be entertaining at least. And then one of my favorite documentaries, When Georgia Howled, Sherman on the March, looking at William T. Sherman and his march through Georgia. And I think it's done very well, so you'll like that one. And of course, forums 13 and 14. So next week we'll kind of just have Manifest Destiny will be covered, and then going right into the conclusion of the class. So you'll have a quiz due that week, and then forum discussions, final project, and your final exam. Don't feel like you got to turn your final project in next week. If you can get it to me this week, I'll tell you what, I'll cut you a deal here. You get it to me this week, I can grade it, send you back your feedback, and if you don't like your grade, you can resubmit it to me as well with my notes. So I just trying to give you a heads up on stuff. So any questions about that, let me know. You definitely should have started your project already. If you haven't, try to do that. This is not something you're going to probably wing, the night before it's due. So, but anyway, talking too much. If you need anything, let me know. Be here in the interwebs. Email me. Otherwise, have a great week.